Okay, everyone, welcome back to my weekly zone cleaning episode. If you haven't listened before, what I do each Saturday is I just share with you what's on my list for my zone cleaning tasks for this week. So if you're not familiar with zone cleaning, it's part of the Fly Lady cleaning system. And basically, this is it's kind of like the management of how you take care of all your like periodic deep cleaning type tasks that don't get done on a regular weekly basis. So the zones are areas of your home. Your home gets divided into 5 zones, and each week we go through one of them. So the list that I have that I share each week is the same list for every time we're in that zone. So basically once a month you're going to hear the same list. And the reason I do this episode is just because I've thought if there's anyone out there that doesn't want to have to keep track or keep a list to check off, maybe you just want to listen to the episode, hear what's on the list, pick a few things, work on those, and then not have to think about it again. But if you would prefer to use a list or an app, I use the Fly Lady app on our Facebook group. I just created printable checklists for zone up through zone 4. I haven't finished zone 5 yet, but there's many different ways you can keep track. The idea, though, like I said, of the show originally was just that I'll read you what's on my list. Each time the zone comes around, you can just pop on the episode, hear what's on the list, pick a few things, and get them done. So with zone cleaning, you're focusing in one area of your home. So this week we are in zone 4, and the idea is that you don't have to be overwhelmed with all these different things that you could possibly be doing within your home. You just have a list in a certain area and you pick from that. And I did want to mention, I always forget to mention this, but one thing to keep in mind when you pick your zone cleaning tasks that you're going to work on, it's best if you could pick them all at first, at least a handful of them, rather than doing one, going back and listening to the list, checking your list or however, whatever, if you listened, going back and trying to think like what other one would I want to do today. It's good to at least have a handful so that you can be more efficient and just go from one to the next, rather than thinking like, okay, I just dusted this piece of furniture, let me go see what should I do next. You want to kind of have a plan and just move quickly through them, because it just makes your time more efficient rather than having that time to stop in between. But anyway, with zone cleaning, you're just picking some things, whatever you have time for, getting them done, and then the next month when the zone comes around again, you can do a few more of the things, and you're just gradually getting all these deep cleaning tasks in your home done throughout the course of the year. So I'm going to get into the list. I feel like I need to try and get into the list sooner and then talk about some more tips afterwards. I wind up talking about all the tips beforehand, and then the list is at the end, but I feel like it might be better to have your list first. So I'm trying to make this more useful. If anyone has any tips on how this episode could be more beneficial, I'd love to hear from you. But like I said, it's really just more of a reminder that like, hey, if you want to follow the zone cleaning, don't forget, this is the zone we're in this week, and this is the list of things you can choose from. So this week we're in zone 4. So zone 4 is the master bedroom, the master closet, and the basement bathroom for me. Obviously everyone's home is different, and you have to kind of tweak the zones to match your home. Based on the Fly Lady website, zone 4 is master bedroom, master bath, and master closet. So we don't have a master bath, so that's why I chose the basement bathroom for my zone. So for what I have on my list for the master bedroom is to remove any cobwebs, wipe down the baseboards, clean the windows, and I want to try and make these lists a little bit more organized as far as the cleaning task, and maybe even a little more detailed as far as where I put clean windows. Someone in my Facebook group just shared her list, and she had it identified as, I think it's a dust windowsill or clean windowsill or something like that. So I was thinking it might be a good idea to break down clean windows further by dust windowsill, and then separately clean the window, because cleaning the glass is different than cleaning the windowsill. And if you don't have glass cleaner, maybe you can at least just clean the windowsill for now, and then you could do the glass part at another time. So I don't know when I'll get to that, but I definitely have it on my list to try and maybe get these a little further broken out, and then maybe regroup them by task type. which is how the woman that had shared her list on our Facebook group kind of had them by task, and I really liked that. So anyway, so where was I? So I had clean windows, wash throw pillows, straighten drawers. You know, that could be going through clothes, that could be straightening, maybe if you have a drawer in your room with like some miscellaneous stuff that you just want to go through, maybe like in a nightstand or whatever, just maybe picking one and just sorting through it. Even with clothes, you can just pick one. If you have too many clothes, you could just choose to go through the shirts or go through the pants or go through the pajamas or whatever. You don't have to do everything all at once. You could just pick one and do that for your task. Sweep the floor, mop the floor, dust any pictures or artwork, dust and polish any furniture, wash the bed skirt. That's kind of specific if you have a bed skirt. I do have a bed skirt. It's a real pain in the neck to get it off because you have to like lift the mattress, but I do need to wash that periodically. Clean under the bed and wash the comforter. So that's what I have for the bedroom list. For the closet, we don't have like one of those walk-in closets. We just have like a regular closet where you just hang stuff and it has a little shelf above. So I don't have too much to do in there. So pretty much just have to check that shelf where things get put up there. You know, we just have a few random things up there and sometimes something will get shoved up there. So I have to check it once in a while, just make sure if anything needs to be relocated. Sweep the floor in the closet. And we also have like a shoe like bench kind of thing. And I just sometimes like remove all the shoes and wipe it down and put the shoes back. And it's also a good time to check and see if there's any shoes that you want to get rid of. You know, sometimes you have like an old pair of sneakers, but then you have like a couple old pairs of sneakers and it's like, how many do you really need, kind of thing. So when you're doing that test, that might be a good time to just kind of check through the shoes and see if there's any you need to get rid of or that you don't wear anymore. Then the last area in the zone is the basement bathroom. And this could be just like a second bathroom for you, your guest bathroom, whatever. So what I have on the list for in there is to clean the baseboards, wash the area rug or shake it out, clean the fan. That's like the ceiling fan, you know, like the bathroom type fan, like a vent. And I started doing that with our Dyson. I put like the attachment on it. It's like one of those Dyson stick vacuums, and I put the attachment on it that has like the brush, and I just go along the fan, and it works really well. I put it on like the high suction setting and just go along there, and it sucks all the dust out. So I love doing that now. It works out much easier than how I was doing it before with like pipe cleaners and going through and trying to dust through the vents. Clean inside the toilet bowl cleaner caddy. So we have like one of those little toilet bowl cleaner holders, you know, the brush holder, and inside it can get like a little dirty, like in where the brush goes. It's kind of awkward to clean because it's like this door that like pops open when you put the brush, or when you take the brush out, and then closes when you put it in, and it's a little awkward to get in there, but I did the best I could. I cleaned it as best as I could when I just did this. I just worked in this bathroom, and I actually got most of the things done in here, which was pretty good. I'd set a half-hour timer and I just banged right through the list, and I actually got most of it done, so that was kind of nice. Clean and organize the medicine cabinet. You know, you just want to look and see what you have in there and just wipe it down real quick. Maybe there's some things that are expired that you want to get rid of. Clean and organize drawers under the sink, or any drawer, you know, any drawers you have, or if you have a cabinet, depending on how your vanity type is. You might need to like go through whatever you have stored under there. Maybe you have, I don't know, lotions or hair ties or Q-tips or whatever. Sometimes you want to just kind of go through and reorganize everything. And then dust the light fixtures. I also have on here clean the garbage can, just like to spray it down real quick and wipe it down. And then dust the toilet paper holder and towel holders. So just like what I mean by that is where they like attach to the wall, and just like the bar, just to kind of wipe it down. The bar doesn't really get dusty because it gets used a lot, but I did notice that like the part that attaches to the wall, I would notice like a slight film of dust would form on it if I didn't just kind of wipe it down once in a while. So that's why I added that to my list. So that's what I have on my list for zone 4. Just a few reminders. Again, just pick a few things. The idea is not to be able to get through all of this every time we go through the zone. And the idea is just to get as much done as you can in the amount of time that you have. You're not worrying about, oh, I can't get through this whole list, or oh, I've done this zone 3 times and I still haven't gotten through the list. It doesn't matter. You're making progress. Every time you do one of the tasks on your list, you're making progress, and you'll get through them all over time. Even if it takes you 3, 4, 5 times in the zone, it's fine, because these aren't things that are like critical to keeping your home up. These are just like those things that need to be done once in a while. So you just pick some things, get them done, and acknowledge your progress that you made, that you got these things done, and don't be thinking, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. So how Fly Lady recommends doing this is 15 minutes a day in the zone, and you want to set a timer. You don't want to just start cleaning and then turn it into this big long thing, unless that's what you really want to do. But if you don't want to spend your whole day cleaning, you have other things that you want to do, just set a timer, because it'll allow you to still have time to do the other things you want to do, and you can still accomplish what you want to, accomplish some things in your zone. Like this weekend, I set a timer for like last weekend when I was doing last week's zone. I was like really, really busy. I had a lot of work to do, like for my job, and I was going to work extra on the weekend, like all weekend, because I was just like, I don't know how I'm ever going to get this stuff done. I'm just going to like not worry about anything. But I did want to get some of my zone cleaning done, and I was feeling bad that I wasn't going to. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to take a half hour. And just knowing that it was just that limited amount of time, and I was like, I can spare a half an hour. And I set a timer. And I got a huge amount done in a half hour. It's amazing how much you can get done if you have a list and you just focus and go right through that list from thing to thing. And I was really happy that I took that half hour, because sometimes when you get really busy, you can tend to just say like everything else has to get put aside. But even if you could just find like 15 minutes and just get some stuff done, it'll just make you feel really good that you did make some progress, even though maybe you couldn't do as much as you wanted to do. Same thing with, like, I talk about the 5 minutes. I've been doing that once in a while too, as much as I can. I'm trying to get it in more often. Like I wanted to do one last night, but then I never got to it. But if you have 5 minutes, like say if you're waiting for water to boil, or you threw something in the oven and it's going to take 25 minutes to bake or whatever, and you're just kind of like in that zone where you're just kind of waiting for the next thing to be done, look at your list and see, or listen or whatever, and see if there's something you could do for like just 5 minutes. Like it could just be like dusting a light fixture, or it could be I don't know, like wiping one baseboard, wiping one windowsill. It could be something so quick and easy. And if it's not in the zone that we're currently in, who cares? You can work in any zone you want. I do love the zones because it keeps you focused and not having to worry about, you know, when did I do this last and when did I work in this room last? You're just periodically going through. But I definitely work outside of the zone if there's just something I have time and I can quick and easily do it. And I'll just check it off that list anyway, so that when I get to the zone, I remember that I recently did that, and then I take it from there. So anyway, that's it for today. Like I said, if you have any suggestions on how this episode could be more helpful to you, I'd love to hear from you. You could reach me at facebook.com/Lola's Frugal Life. We also have a private listeners group, which can be found at facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life. Just submit a request to join and I will approve you. You can also email me at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com, no apostrophe in that. If you like this show, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you would be kind enough to leave me a 5-star rating, if your app allows for that, that would be really, really helpful to me. It's supposed to really help the show in the search results. Like when people search for the show, I think the more ratings or reviews you have, the better, position your search will be. So that would really help me out a lot if you wouldn't mind doing that. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.